Hi, my name is Sydney Logan, and this is my ceremonial speech. When you know better, you do better. A quote made famous by an amazing African-American woman. Maya Angelou spoke often on the Oprah Winfrey Show. I saw her recite poems, and it always brought tears to my eyes. The very inflection of her voice boomed through the audience as she spoke with conviction when she recited the poem Phenomenal Woman. She carried herself with unshakable grace and poise. She was an adversary for strong women, full of conviction and self-worth. She believed beauty came from the way a woman carried herself. She taught so many lessons. This is just the first of many things that I would learn about her over the remaining years of her life. Marguerite Annie Johnson was born on April 4th, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri. Marguerite is better known by the name Maya Angelou. Maya had a difficult childhood. Her parents were Bailey and Vivian Baxter Johnson. They split up when she was very young, and she and her older brother Bailey were sent to live with their father's mother in Stamps, Arkansas. As an African American, Angelou experienced firsthand racial prejudices and discrimination in Arkansas. When she was just 7 years old during a visit with her mother, Angelou was first cuddled, then raped by her mother's boyfriend. As vengeance for the sexual assault, Angelou's uncles killed her mother's boyfriend. When the man was murdered by her uncles for his crimes, Angelou felt responsible. She was so traumatized by these events that she returned to Arkansas and stopped talking. Angelou remained mute for 5 years, but developed a love for language. She read Black authors like Langston Hughes, W.E.B. Du Bois, and Paul Laurence Dunbar, as well as works by William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, and Edgar Allan Poe. When Angelou was 12 and a half, Miss Flowers, an educated black woman, finally got her to speak again. Miss Flowers, as Angelou recalled in her children's book, Miss Flowers, A Moment of Friendship, emphasized the importance of the spoken word, explained the nature of and importance of education, and instilled in her a love of poetry. Angelou graduated at the top of her 8th grade class. She attended George Washington High School in San Francisco and took lessons in dance and drama on the scholarship at California Labor School. At just 17, Angelou graduated from high school and gave birth to a son, Guy. She began to work as the first female and black streetcar conductor in San Francisco. Angelou married a Greek ex-sailor, Tosh Angelos, in 1950. Shortly after, they separated. She returned to San Francisco to sing in The Purple Onion, and during this time she took the name Maya Angelou as her stage name. From 1954 to 1955, she was a member of the cast of a touring production of Porgy and Bess. She then began to develop her skills in writing poetry and moved to New York, where she joined the Harlem Writers Guild in the late 1950s and met James Baldwin and other important writers. It was during this time that Angelou had the opportunity to hear Dr. Martin Luther King speak. Inspired by his message, she decided to become a part of the struggle for civil rights. She was offered a position as the Northern Coordinator for Dr. King's SCLC. Following her work for Dr. King, Angelou moved to Cairo with her son and in 1962 to Ghana in West Africa. She worked as a freelance writer and was a feature editor at the African Review. When Angelou returned to the United States in the mid-1960s, she was encouraged by author James Baldwin and Robert Loomis, an editor at the Random House, to write an autobiography. Initially, Angelou declined the offers, but eventually she changed her mind and wrote I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing. It won immediate success and was nominated for a National Book Award. Angelou went on to write 6 autobiographies. It took Angelou 15 years to write the final volume of her autobiography. Angelou hesitated so long to start and finish the book, she told Night Writer Tribune News Service interview Cheryl Connolly, because so many painful things happened to her and to the entire African American community in those 4 years. Angelou is also a prolific and widely read poet, and her poetry has often been known for the strength of women, her depictions of black beauty, and the human spirit. This is one of my favorite things Maya Angelou left behind, all her extraordinary poems. As Angelou wrote her autobiographies and poems, she continued her career in film and television. She was the first black woman to have a screenplay produced in 1972. She was honored with a nomination for an Emmy Award for her performance in Ruth in 1977. Maya Angelou was an author, poet, dancer, actress, singer, and an advocate for civil rights. She published 6 autobiographies, multiple children's books, 3 books of essays, and several books of poetry, and was credited with a list of plays and movies and television shows spanning over 50 years. She received dozens of awards and more than 50 honorary degrees. She touched a lot of people's lives in her time on this earth and will continue to do so even though she is no longer here. She had so many accomplishments over the course of her life, and that alone leaves me in awe. But that's not what stands out. It is the way she lived her life. She overcame so much adversity. She is an inspiration to women all over the world, and a reminder to us all that we can get through whatever that is troubling us. She died on May 28, 2014, at the age of 86.